You're watching Unsolved Mysteries. I am Mike Taylor. I am the host of Unsolved Mysteries tonight. Tonight I have a story about a couple in Lake St. Louis, Missouri named Shaun and Athena Weakley, who are the latest victims of true paranormal activity. Joined with me here is Shaun Weakley. Introduce yourself, Shaun.
I'm Shaun Weakley. I live in Lake St. Louis, Missouri, and I am a victim of paranormal activity.
Thank you, Shaun.
No problem, Mike.
So when was the first instance?
First instance I noticed was close to about a month ago. The bedroom door started opening pretty much by itself about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, somewhere within that hour. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, no apparent reason, have a feeling of, I guess how you would describe it, dread, and then I would look up and the door would be swinging open by itself, and I'd try to wake my wife up, but she'd mostly be blissfully asleep, totally unawares of what was going on at the moment.
That sounds very scary.
Oh, it was terrifying, Mike, let me tell you. I mean, the only worst experience I had, other than that, was in a men's bathroom in Chicago.
I can understand that. Okay. So what else happened?
No, it ain't gonna be okay.
What happened next after that?
Well, from there, it just kind of, I don't even know how I would say it. I'm so worked out from it, Mike. It was a terrible experience.
You said there were shadows on the walls.
The shadows actually happened just as of today, this morning, when I made my coffee, and I was, again, as usual, I was awoken early, anywhere between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. in the morning. I decided to forego sleep and get up, make my coffee early, take my shower, and go to work, as I normally do. And I was sitting watching Ed O'Neill on Married with Children, one of my favorite classic shows. And
boy, that is a good show, isn't it, Shaun?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, when he puts his hands down his pants, that's the best. And let me tell you, I looked up, and right behind the TV was a shadow figure of what I would think was a person. His head was outlined, and shoulders were defined, and anywhere from 10 feet tall, completely blacker than any shadow that had been in the room that I'd seen previously, or that could have been cast with the light ambience that was present at the time. Terrified me to death, Mike. Is this funny to you, Mike? Is my pain hilarious?
Do you think Ed O'Neill feels nuts when he puts his hand down his pants?
Mike, I couldn't say. All I know is that when I do, I do. Are we still talking about shadows?
Yes. So is that the only shadow you've seen?
No. When I walk in front of the sun, I see quite a big shadow on the ground. I'm rather portly.
Excuse me?
Portly? Round at the edges, Mr. Taylor.
Okay.
I'm glad you find my pain humorous.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, somehow I think not.
Now, there was a story about a Ouija board, I believe.
Yes, there was.
Would you care to share the story with us tonight?
Yes. Oh, you'd like me to continue?
Would you mind telling the story tonight?
Oh, sure. I didn't know if you were done laughing at my pain. Anyway, the story goes that my neighbor, his name is Nathan, what his last name is does not matter. Well, he's a super here. I guess you would say he's a
We'll call him Nathan Doe.
Yeah, Nathan Doe. Yeah, he's related to deer. Anyway, he apparently found a Ouija board out in the trash and somehow tracked it down to, I guess he wouldn't have normally tracked it down, except it smelled of gasoline. It was not burnt in any way, shape, or form. And I guess it wasn't actually in the trash. Apparently he tracked it down to our building and come to find out somebody had actually had a party here a couple weeks before Halloween in one of the lower apartments, and been experimenting with this Ouija board, and I guess trying to summon things or do stupid stuff, whatever. You know what those crazy kids try and do.
So Shaun, are you telling me you think as a cause of these kids playing with this Ouija board that it might have unleashed some kind of spirit?
Oh, I'm not ruling it out, Mr. Taylor.
You know, I've been doing this show for a long time, and I've heard the same story quite a few times, and it's actually quite chilling every time I hear it.
Yeah, I'm a bit nipply. And I was the one telling it.
What else can you tell me about this spirit?
Was
Was there an ordeal with the cabinets?
Yes, I heard the cabinet door slamming. I took that as maybe the ghost was trying to get my attention. Perhaps it finds me attractive. I'm not sure.
Didn't the ghost also make some voices?
My wife reported hearing voices in the middle of the night, which she thought might have possibly been a dream, but later heard them begin vacuuming during the middle of the day. Upon switching off the vacuum, she heard voices, sounded like two people, and then continued to vacuum because apparently she'd become afraid. As I imagine anyone would in the middle of the day when they know that no one else is in the apartment with them. I cannot say that I've experienced that myself, but who knows, the night is young.
Now I saw you with the sage earlier. What does the sage do to get rid of these spirits?
Sage is an ancient American Indian tribal ritual. It was used to ward off what was called thorn. Ancient English used to call thorn spreader of disease, death, plague, and famine, usually afflicted on one person in a family. The sacrifice of an entire family of the related meant saving a whole tribe. This was also quite the same in American Indian rituals. Grows in Northern California and had made its way east from there, probably long before we ever came to this country. It's purported to work quite well, but sometimes needs repeating. The usual, or I guess you would say most effective treatment of haunting, if that was what you'd like to be comfortable calling it, would be a full-out exorcism of a house, which would require a Catholic priest, and I am not ordained.
Well, Mr. Weakley, it sounds like you have a very good case of an unsolved mystery here.
And the clap. If you'd like.
So what do you think is going to happen with this spirit? What are you hoping to happen with this spirit?
Hopefully it gets out of here and minds its own business. Otherwise it's time to kick some ghost ass.
And who are you going to call?
Sage Busters. Doesn't this kind of remind you of a corn cob, Mr. Taylor?
Reminds me of a pipe I used to have.
Really?
Yes.
The smell is almost intoxicating. You almost say frustrating.
Something like that. I'm not going to hold the sage as a microphone.
It's frustrating. Frustrating.
So you actually say you have one of these beings in one of your bedrooms, right?
I hope not. That's where I shower and undress.
Weren't you telling me earlier that not to walk in this room because the being lived in there? The spirit was actually in the room?
That is true. Another reason was that my porn was laying out.
No, seriously, Shaun. You are in front of 16 million viewers right now,
Really?
telling your story to the world.
Hi, world. This is my story.
Did you not tell me earlier there was a spirit in one of the bedrooms?
Yes, I did. Jesus.
Okay.
It's an interview, not a court of law, Mr. Taylor.
Shall we go see what is in the bedroom?
We shall. I'd like you to move your hand. It's quite dark.
Don't point that at me.
Okay, so here we are in Shaun Weakley's apartment. It's not in this bedroom, is it, Shaun?
Not in the one to your immediate right, Mr. Taylor, but in the one that I'm standing in currently.
What was that? Did you hear that noise?
Yes, I did. And I think I just pooped. Mr. Taylor, where are you going? Don't leave me alone.
I heard a noise.
Oh my God. What's that? What's going on? What's going on?
What was that noise? What was that noise?
Mr. Taylor.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Ah! Oh my God, it's a real ghost!
Oh, good Lord.
Oh my God! Oh Lord Jesus!
I just tripped on my porn.
Get the crucifix! I here condemn you from this house. You have got to leave this house. Right, oh my God! You have got to leave.
Get out of my house! Get out of my house, damned spirit! Shoo!
Damned spirit!
Away with thee in the name of the Lord!
In the name of the power of Jesus Christ invested in my
We
cross,
exorcise thee!
exorcise the demon!
Exercise! Get on the treadmill, motherfucker!
Exorcise the demon! Ah!
No! God help us all!
Get... Oh!
Oh God! Ah!
Can I come out now?
Ah! It's gone. It's gone. The demon is gone.
Mr. Taylor! Help! I can't find you and I tripped on my porn! Oh! Oh
You must have
God!
fell into your
Mr.
porn hole.
Taylor! Why did you leave me?
I got rid of your ghost.
Well, thank God someone did! Oh! Jeez, you have me
Let's
so
go wrap
panicked.
this show up.
Oh! Oh my God! I can't walk. I pooped.
I gotta pee.
Mr. Taylor, that was terrible.
So it started on Unsolved Mysteries. I am your host, Mike Taylor, and this is Unsolved Mysteries. What you have witnessed tonight was the story of Shaun and Athena Weakley in Lake St. Louis, Missouri. They called Unsolved Mysteries, saying they had a spirit inside of their house. So we came out to their house with me and my camera crew. And we did interviewing, and we walked in the bedroom, and there the spirit was. So I pulled out the crucifix, and I damned the spirit. This has been Unsolved Mysteries.